Hello and welcome to another episode of Business Spotlight. I am Teresa Strongmeyer with Action Coach Tampa Bay. And today I'm here with Emmy, and she's going to give us information about her business, what she has going on. Tell us a little bit about herself. So, Emmy, you can take it away.
Yeah. Hi, everyone. And Teresa, I am so thrilled to be here. I'm Dr. Emmy Tafelski, but everyone calls me Emmy because that's a lot more friendly. And I help women who have suffered an untethering loss reweave their souls back into wholeness. And I do this through my 4-phase process, appropriately named soul weaving. And I do that process with groups and with individuals. And we've got a group starting in September. So, yeah.
Awesome. How did you get here? So, what brought this about?
I was a former therapist, and now I'm doing this deeper soul coaching work. And until September, I had a larger group practice where I had multiple therapists working for me.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and I realized that that was a lot of stress, and it wasn't me. It wasn't my soul's calling.
Yeah.
And I had been trying to create this business while also running that business. And
Oh.
that was a little too wild for any one person.
Right. I love that too, because as an entrepreneur, you always have these ideas that come up. And sometimes you have to be singularly focused for a period of time
Yeah.
in order for those things to really show up the way they need to. So I just want to interject here. I remember the first time I met you now. And in that first moment, you introduced yourself. I think we were announcing wins at the Girl Boss group.
Mm.
And you mentioned that, like you had just closed your practice and you were excited about it. I was like, oh, that's kind of opposite of what I generally hear
Mm.
from, practitioners who have gone through all the things required of them to open their own practice and to have others working with them. Right?
Yep. Yeah, it's a lot of work. It's a lot of work, but it was, I think, sucking my soul dry. And
How do you know when that's happening? Because we're talking to other business owners. How do you know when that's happening? What were you feeling?
I was anxious all the time. And I recognized that my nervous system was in a heightened state of arousal, like at all times. So, like, it kind of always felt in my body like I had like 2 pots of coffee, right? Like I
Oh,
always,
wow.
always buzzing, always like worried about like the numbers and the emails, and is everyone doing what, are my employees doing what they're supposed to? Are we
Mhm.
getting enough calls? Are we whatever? And just kind of running it from this place of heightened anxiety, which um is not good for your body or your
Right,
nervous system.
right, right.
And I think I lost sight of my why became, oh, well, this will give me the money to do the other things that I want to do. And that's not for me. I'm a heart-centered and soul-centered person. So
Right,
that's not really a good why for me.
right. It's not motivating. That doesn't
Yeah.
motivate you. Right.
Yeah.
Understood.
Yeah. The cost was too high.
Yeah, absolutely. So tell me, what is your, I hate to use, I don't like using the word avatar, but I know I have my favorite type of person to work with. I know I have a person with a certain characteristic that I just love working with, certain habits, so what is that for you?
Um, It is a woman who has suffered some kind of loss that shatters their sense of who they are. And this woman is also somewhat spiritually awake. So they have a, an understanding of and a belief in something outside of themselves, and can do work in that realm, like where we can drop into sort of an altered state of consciousness, um with ease, right? Because they're used to meditation, they're used to spiritual practice, they're used to
Gotcha.
that kind of thing.
Mhm.
And probably like an elder millennial, Gen X type person, which
I'm
is
sorry, what was that? Elder millennial? Is that what you
elder
just said?
millennial. Yep. And Gen X, because I'm a
Oh,
Gen Xer.
okay. That's the first time I've heard that terminology. So I just, I needed to
I
hear it again.
I am told that elder millennials self-name themselves that. I am a Gen Xer, so I don't know.
Okay. Okay. Whatever makes the people happy.
Exactly.
Okay.
Whatever. Um,
Awesome.
so, and it doesn't have to be a loss that's like a loss of a person or a loss of a being. It could be a loss of a career or a loss of a
Right.
marriage or relationship or a loss of health or
Right.
really anything that
Exactly.
just shatters your sense of self, where you have to figure out who you are in the world again.
I love that because so many of us in this time are going through that, I believe. After the whole pandemic situation,
Yeah.
and it's like now we're just now coming back to self, and it's now, well, who is that now?
Yeah.
Because we lost many things, like you said. So I love that you're, expanding the definition
Hmm.
of loss, because we lost many things, like just normalcy. So it's
Yeah.
like, how has that re-identified you? And are you going with the flow? Are you against it? What are you doing? you know?
Yeah,
So I
exactly.
love that you're focusing on it. That's awesome.
Yeah, I'm really, everything that I'm doing is born out of my own journey of healing after my mom died. So I'm super passionate about this work. I think
Yeah,
there's not enough space for us to show up with these types of feelings. And so that's like number one is creating space and creating a new conversation and space for healing.
yeah. I absolutely agree. After my mom passed in 2020, and I just felt the need to give voice to strong women who were afraid to express any kind of emotion, especially sadness, because it felt like weakness. So I totally get it.
Yep. Yeah.
Awesome. So what keeps you motivated?
Staying in alignment with my inner truth, right? Like staying just so closely with my soul's passion and my intuition and like the calling that I've had from spirit to do this work. Just if when I veer like a detour, just being aware, like, okay, something's happening. Let me. I know this isn't the most effective why for me, right? Like, so to
Gotcha.
come back into like my internal compass.
Absolutely. Love that. So you said you have something coming up in September?
I do. I have my 15-week group begins September 10th. So
Okay.
registration is opened now. Um,
Hmm.
and it's capped at 15 people. So it's going to be an intimate group. It's virtual. So it can be anyone, anywhere,
Hmm.
Tampa Bay or elsewhere.
Okay.
And we're going to dive deep into the soul weaver process and reweave ourselves into wholeness. Um, yeah, I'm super excited to yeah,
So
very
you
excited.
can't be afraid of doing some deep work here, right?
No, it's all deep work. This is
Yeah, so you
like
can't be afraid to,
nope.
yeah,
But I've built this container and like I have got you. Like if you step into this container, like I have created the space for you to show up and do the deep work.
that's awesome, because that's what's needed, right? Need
Yeah.
to be in place where you feel that you're supported in that.
Yep.
Yeah, I absolutely love it. So when they walk out of this, did you say how many weeks you said?
15.
15-week process. Who
Yep.
am I after I walk out of this process?
You are so coming into it, right? You're feeling shattered. You're feeling like confused as to who you even are. Coming out of it, you're feeling more grounded, more confident, more empowered, more like a more solid, whole
Yeah.
version of you, right? Like we're not changing you. We're helping uncover the
Yes,
authentic, whole parts of you.
absolutely.
releasing the parts that aren't yours, that don't serve you, reclaiming the parts that you've maybe like jettisoned along the way due to trauma or messaging or whatever. So you walk out like more of a put together pie.
I absolutely love that. Well, thank you so much for joining me, Emmy. It's been a pleasure getting to know more about you and your business. Tell us how we can reach you to get to be a part of the 15-week process.
Yeah, you can, number one, join my email list. And if you
Mhm.
join my email list, I've got a free gift for everyone listening. It's called the Untethering Loss Care Package. And it's 3 audios to bring you comfort when you're feeling lost and alone. And it's for everyone, really. I mean, I think after the last few years, comfort is in short supply and we all can
Yeah.
use more of it.
Absolutely, I would agree.
So even if you haven't suffered a recent loss, I think you can find something in it that would be helpful.
Wonderful.
So you've got the link for that. And then you can find me at my website at emmytafelski.com. And that's where you can register for the program and find my email address. I mean, it's also emmy@emmytafelski.com. So it's
Okay,
easy.
easy enough. And that's what we like, make it easy.
Yep.
Well, wonderful. Thank you again. And guys, thank you for watching another episode of Business Spotlight. And we'll see you again next time.
Thanks for having me.
You're welcome.